guys, I am Lindsay, and I am a rock star here in The Rock. So I've started this segment called Disney Defined, where I take a Disney clip and I break it down and I kind of show you how God is speaking through this clip. And then at the end, I do a painting tutorial where I take you step by step on how to paint a scene from the movie. So let's just go ahead and jump right into the clip. This week we are watching Onward.
Bridge Rigor Invisia!
Hey, you can do this.
Believe with every step. Oh yeah!
You got me right!
I still got you! Woo-hoo! Ian Lightfoot is fearless!
This is amazing!
Yeah, but just keep going! Don't look back! Just straight ahead!
You still got the rope, right?
Yeah, I got it!
So the scene we just watched is where Ian is trying to build this imaginary bridge with this, sorry, my talk is, so he's trying to build this imaginary bridge. And in order for this spell to be successful, he has to believe with every single step, just like his brother says in the scene that we just watched. So how we apply this to our lives is by putting all of our faith in God, and God gives us that strength. Just like the Bible verse, Philippians 4:13, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So have you ever just you really want to do something, but then something happens and you're afraid that you can't do it anymore, or you get scared and you just kind of freeze up? Well, in that moment, when you turn to God, He will give you the strength to keep going and to keep moving on, and He gives you that determination to finish out whatever you're trying to do. So, yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching this. Let's just move on into our painting tutorial. I do want to encourage parents to do the painting with your kids. The painting is a little bit more challenging. I believe that every single kid can do it, but they might need a little bit more assistance with you. They need a little bit more assistance with you, and they need your help. So just grab some paint or markers or pencils, whatever you have, and just go ahead and do that painting with your kids. It'll be super fun. So let's get started. Hello everybody. Today we are going to be doing our Onward painting to go along with our Determination series. So to start this painting off, I went ahead and I sectioned my paper into just sections with these curvy lines all on here. Okay, so after you've done that, you're going to take your darkest blue. So I'm just going to put mine on my little palette here. And you're going to go to the top section and you're going to paint that section dark blue, and it's going to get lighter as you go down, okay? You're just going to take whatever shade of blue you have, and that one's going to go at the top. And then you're going to add a little bit of white, and then you're going to add more white as you go down. Just to keep making it lighter, okay? Okay, so the next step we're going to do is I'm going to take the darkest shade of blue that I have. So whatever you have will work. And actually, first I'm going to take a black marker. So I know where I want these circles to be. So we are painting a night sky. And in the movie Onward, on whatever planet that they are on, they have 2 moons. So that's what we're gonna draw. But you want one, that circle is bigger than this one. This one's gonna be smaller. Like that. Now I'm gonna fill those circles in with my darkest shade of blue. Okay, so there's my 2 moons. We're gonna add more details, but this painting has to be super dry before we do. So if you're doing it with paint, I just recommend just setting it aside for a day and coming back to it, okay? That's what I'm gonna do. If you're doing markers or crayons or colored pencils, you of course can just go and jump right into the next step. But for today, I'm just gonna be done, set this out for a day, and then I'll come back to it tomorrow. I'm gonna take my light purple first and mix it in with some white because I want to get a very light color purple. So I'm gonna take it, and so clouds have these puffs, right? So it puffs out right here, puff, another puff, puff, like that. You're gonna trace your cloud with the purple, and I'll show you. So if you're looking at this puff right here, this one right here, it's gonna go, you're gonna trace it and bring it in. You're just gonna extend these puffs. So I'm tracing my cloud and bring in the puff. Okay, so now that I've done that with the light purple, I'm gonna take my dark purple and I'm gonna take a very small brush and just on the bottom of the clouds. So down here, and down here. I'm gonna put a dark purple line. So now we're gonna do the moon. So we did those circles, but now we're gonna take the same pink color that we used for the clouds. I have mine right here. And you're gonna do a moon, and it's gonna be a crescent moon. So moons have phases, and a crescent kind of looks like a banana. But I'm gonna go ahead and do the next one. So now that we have our sky, our next part is gonna be the mountains. So let's move on. All right, so now we are gonna move on to the mountains. Now I've already drawn my mountains out. Don't worry about that. So I just want you to draw whatever mountains you want. I'll show you what I did. You do not have to copy me. You really just need mountains. So I just drew little edges all along, just little triangles all across the page. And you want some to be short and some to be really tall, okay? They'll go all the way to the clouds. So just draw yourself mountains. They can look however you want. And don't worry about the shading that I have. You can ignore that. Just draw your mountain shape however you want it, okay? So you can pause the video and go ahead and do that, but I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next step. The first thing I'm going to do is outline my mountains in the dark purple, just so I can see them a little bit better and so you guys can see them a little bit better. So now that I have them outlined, I'm going to start with this smallest one, okay? And with the darkest purple that I have, I'm only going to fill in half of it. So go to the very peak, the very, very top of the mountain, and draw a straight line down, like that, okay? And now I'm going to fill in the right side of the mountain. Okay. Now we don't want this line to be straight because mountains they're not straight, okay? They're rocks, so they're rigid. So I'm just gonna make a little bit of a edge to it. Just make it not so straight. Okay? So now that I've done that with that mountain, I'm gonna move on to this one. So we're gonna draw a straight line down from the peak. And so mountains have valleys. So in between each mountain, there's a low part, which is right here. I'm gonna draw another line going straight down right there. I slanted it just a little bit, okay? Now you're gonna fill in between these lines. Now I'm gonna do the next mountain. So on this mountain, if you look on this edge, it's not as straight as these ones were. So like it's a little bit crooked. So I'm gonna draw a line, or I already drew it, but I want you guys to go ahead and draw a line right next to it that outlines that shape. Okay, I'll show you. You see this line? It outlines it. So I want you to do that. I'll show you mine right here. I'll darken it up for you. Like that. See, just a line that kind of outlines the shape of the mountain. And then you're going to fill in to the right of that line. Now, between these two mountains, there's a low point right here. So I'm going to do the same thing I did over here. Just draw a line. Doesn't really have to be straight. And fill in. Now that I've done that, this next mountain, so this one, I'm going to fill in all of it, okay? Just the whole thing, gonna fill it in, and I'm not gonna pass that line. And now I'm gonna fill in this whole mountain, this one up here, okay? Fill it all in. Now I'm gonna fill in this whole one. Between this big one and this small little one right here, there's a low point right here, and I'm not gonna pass it. Like that. This one, I'm gonna do the same thing I did on this one. So we're gonna trace the mountain line, okay? You'll see me do it right here. Like that. And then you're gonna fill in the right side. Now this one, you're gonna go to the low point between these two mountains. Draw a line. Then you're gonna draw a line in the middle of this mountain right here. Like that, and fill in the right side. Okay, like that. So now we have the first step of our mountains done. I'm gonna go in and fix some lines, and then we'll move on to the next step. Hey guys, so my phone is doing crazy things and my recording it messed up again. But after I filled in all of the dark purple spots, I added white to that dark purple, And I went in, and all those empty spaces that we didn't fill in, I filled with the lighter purple. Okay, so just go ahead and do that. I'll show you right here. So we had only painted half of this mountain. So I went in with the lighter purple and filled in this half. And I did the same thing for all of the mountains, okay? Just like that. And then I also took some white paint and I dotted it around to look like stars. So I had recorded that, and then I guess I'm not really sure what happened, but I don't have the recording anymore. But those are the steps you need to do. Just mix in some white paint and paint in those empty spaces. But this is our finished painting, you guys. Thank you for painting with me today. I had a lot of fun doing this one. I loved the movie. I don't know if y'all got to see it. I hope you get to see it soon. If you haven't already, it's a super good movie. But here in The Rock, we would love to see your painting. So just go ahead and post it on social media, tag us in it, or you can just drop it in the comments below, and we would love to see what you did. Thank you guys so much for painting with me today. Bye.